Welcome to episode 4 of Gamer Under Development's Let's Play Endless Legend. We are playing as the Necrophages, and in the last episode we nearly eliminated the Pink Broken Lords, who are surprisingly cockroach-like in nature. In this episode we're going to focus on finishing off the Broken Lords. Their last remaining city to our knowledge is right here, and as you can see it doesn't have any burrows around it, which means that it's brand new and ripe for the taking. Beyond focusing on capturing that, we are also going to spend some time changing around our social policies. For example, I'm going to drop out of military entirely and go ahead and grab 25% building buyout reduction on cities. This is because we're going to focus on building science and dust for a little while, and we can use that dust to rush out buildings in the new cities that we've captured. So in that vein, I'm also going to come in here to research. Now, it's very important for us to get uncommon alloys and uncommon armor, but after that I'm going to sweep back for alchemical alloys and alchemical armor, because this will give us tier 2 glass steel gear, which will be very useful. And after that I'm going to jump back and grab some happiness and influence technologies so that we can build some of those improvements in our cities too. The catch to making the Necrophages work, in my opinion, is that you can't constantly be at war. You have to stop and take stock of what you've captured and reinforce your production capabilities so that you can really push out more armies, because eventually the numbers are not going to be enough and the other factions may get ahead of you in technology. So now that we have those handled, we also have 1k dust, and I'm going to use that dust to come in here and buy a hero. So right now, the most attractive heroes for us are ones with dust efficiency, like Lord Peyton Quinn here, and ones with influence boost or influence efficiency, like these two gentlemen. But I think I'm going to go with Andom the Seer, mainly because the faction abilities for the cultists are excellent for governors of all types. So I'm going to go ahead and buy him. Our dust is down to 708, but we are producing 200 a turn already without having developed our new captured cities. So as you can see, if we take the time to actually develop them, we're going to get very far ahead in dust, which is great for a war effort. So now that we have Andom, I'm going to come in here and make sure that he has the gear that is important for governors, which are these two, because they increase the amount of science and dust respectively that are produced by each citizen. And he also has one skill point, which we're going to spend on Impassioned Preacher, which is an excellent first ability for any governor. It'll also help us bridge up quicker, because the real goal is Proselytizer and Tools of the Enemy. It'll be nice to grab Inspirational Leader eventually, but these are actually way more beneficial for us right off the get-go. So the last thing I'm going to do on our turns is move our two armies towards the final city of the Broken Lords. We really don't need to reinforce them too much to be able to capture this city. At this point, it's a foregone conclusion. The only thing I'm worried about is that we're going to capture it, and then on the other side, they're going to have settled yet another city. Okay, so we finished Uncommon Alloys, which is cool. We can go look at some of that gear in a second. Rothkalor built an Empirement, great. We're going to activate Emeralds again. Carvis has gained a level. We're going to put his point into Roadside Picnic, because it's that health regen modifier that we want for our units. And then I'm also going to move Carvis to a new city because he has finished building the fungal laboratory in Meatville. I'm going to send him over to Goryville. And it does not look like they can build it right now. Interesting. Oh, I think he has to sit there for a turn before you're able to actually build it. That's fine. Tell our armies to move forward. And I'm also going to come up here and pop some of this gold we've been storing up. For the next 5 turns, that'll reduce the dust cost of cities, or the dust upkeep cost of cities, by 50%. And give us a little bit of extra happiness. You can see that bumped our dust per turn up to 312. It probably would have been better to do that last turn, but I made a mistake, so we didn't do that. So I'm just checking the market right now. Usually what I like to do is kind of wait, and if you start to see any of these resources drift into the yellow or green zone, buy them until they hit back to neutral. Stockpiles aren't super useful for us. We don't really need units from other factions, although it is interesting that they're selling Dawn officers. And I would definitely like to pick up another hero soon, but the cost is just out of reach for us right now. So now we're at Goryville, which is finished with all of its production, so we're going to have it start gathering palladium and adamantium. If we can figure out where the adamantium source is. Oh, there it is. I'm blind. We're also going to have them start gathering moonleaf. This is what's going to end up being really nice about the fact that we captured all these territories, is we're going to get a wide variety of strategic and luxury resources that will help us to basically boost our way past a lot of our enemies. A lot of places are now working on Rite of War, which will increase the speed that they grow. And we are closing in. Oh, that's excellent. So, normally, after we finished off the Broken Lords, I would have stopped entirely and just spent some time rebuilding our cities and such, but the cultists are only allowed to have one city, which means that if we conquer it, they're done. So I will probably end up going to war with them very soon. Probably as soon as we capture this last Broken Lord city. So we've got 2 more turns before we need to start focusing on influence. And we've got a food stockpile that I'm going to use to grow one of our smaller cities. If we want to, we can also purchase another hero now. So let's take a look at who is available. Oof, the selection right now for heroes is not the greatest. It wouldn't be bad to have another Jasaw. It would be kind of weird having 2 of them though, and I might get confused and do something foolish. You know, actually, I'll take another Jasaw. The reason these guys are kind of good is because the Black Marketeer ability allows you to have trade routes with other empires even when you're at war with them, which is great for us since we are always at war with everyone. Plus, he has Dust Efficiency 3 and Food Boost, which are also really nice for us. So we're going to give him the same gear that we give all of our governors. And then we're also going to spend his first skill point. And we're going to get feet on the street again because this is just an excellent little ability for us. Alright, so we're in siege range now. Oh, I forgot. I got smug at the end of the last game and accepted a treaty with them because I thought I was killing their last city. So we are currently in treaty with them, which means that we need to declare war again if we want to capture their city. That is garbage. Okay, we can roll with it. What I'm actually going to do because of that, though, is I'm going to go in here and switch all of our cities over to focusing entirely on influence. Because we're going to need a lot more than we normally would if we're going to both declare war on them again and make it to the social plans we want. But I am maintaining 1 citizen in each type of production just because it adds a significant amount. There we go. So now we're producing 113 influence per turn. Next turn, we will easily be able to declare war on them and then conquer them, and it'll be even cheaper for us to declare war upon the cultists, who are, from the looks of it, located right around here somewhere. So we've got right of way in Oengo, which will be great. And we are now extracting adamantium. Actually, I'm going to take a second to go into our units and take a look at what kind of a demon we can build with the new adamantium and stuff. So it looks like adamantium is focused on raising attack, retaliation. Wow, that's kind of nice. Especially with their chain attack. That's a huge increase to initiative. That way surpasses any other helmet that we can put on him. Wow, the Palladian also outclasses the glass steel in the armor section. And in the boots, it looks like Palladian is just a straight up upgrade for glass steel. That being the case, it seems like an excellent idea for us to begin mass harvesting Palladian if we can, so that we can start building out these units. I kind of like the fact that it's red too. It reminds me of like Sith armor or something. We are still going to give our guys the improved initiative ring because that's key. And we'll go with improved damage from the titanium. And we have to give it a name. Let's call them the Palladian... I don't know, what's another nickname for a demon? The Palladian Devils. There we go. Or devil, because it's singular. That means those will probably be great upgrades for our proliferators as well as our heroes. But until we begin to gather more of it, I'm not going to worry too much about upgrading. I'm not even sure how much we're going to be bringing in right now. But it's probably a good idea to start visiting each of our cities and seeing if they can build, like that one, an adamantium extractor. Or a Palladian extractor. Okay, I think we're covered. And we have enough to declare war on them, so we're going to. Yeah, you're not gonna flinch, you're just gonna die, we get it. You're gonna go out like grumpy old men in suits of armor. So this is a good sign for us. The cultists get access to an accessory that gives them regeneration, which is incredibly powerful. And it also boosts, I believe, their attack and initiative absurdly. But they don't seem to be using it yet. So that means that when we come after them, we won't have to worry about the super powered units they can produce. Oh yeah. This is their last gasp. Ooh, that stings. They lose 6, we gain 4. And now we'll just march in and capture the city. Oh, we have an extra JSAP Murdoch that has not been assigned to a city. I'm going to send these guys up here to scout out the cultists. Oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah, we're definitely gonna smash the cultists right here. At this point, I could care less about where our social policy ends up as long as we get to take them out too. Oh, and we're supposed to be working on our faction quest. I tend to neglect those. Airnock needs to have 6 units in it for 2 turns. So what I'm going to do is just make a bunch of cheap foragers. Wow, they're actually really expensive to rush, so I'm not going to rush them. Alright, so all the cities are squared away now. We've popped some luxury resources. Goryville needs more stuff. How did I miss them? Okay, I did not miss anybody else. And these guys will be within vicinity of the cultists within a turn. Ooh, Rao will lose a population. Oh yes, we just captured them, so they're starving. There we go. While we're at it, I'm also going to take this opportunity to issue a warning to the cultists. What a warning will do is it'll reduce the social point cost or the influence point cost of declaring war on them or any other sort of negative social interactions. You can also complement them to reduce the cost of positive interactions. Oh, that's good. We're attacking during war. Or I mean during winter. Of course we're attacking during war. Nice, it only costs us 48 influence to declare war on the cultists. The new empire plan will be unlocked in 3 turns. Oh, look, the pink broken lords have been completely annihilated. Rao will lose population next turn. That is a lot of fanfare. So we've reached the new research era. We now have access to empire plans that are level 4. Unfortunately, we're still behind in social or influence building, so that we will not be able to actually take advantage of those right away. Oh, they are coming hard right from the get-go. But we have a huge advantage. Yeah, that was pretty bad for them. And that means... There we go. In one episode, we have single-handedly executed 2 different factions. The road to victory from here is short and sweet. We have our pink Mazari units. That's some sort of skin bug because I actually don't have access to them. Because I haven't yet purchased Dungeons of the Endless. I'm going to take care of these haunts right here because I don't like the idea of a roaming army just plundering around my new territory. And as usual, we're going to put all of the things in construction. That is a big region. And we will move. Just saw Mud Up the second from there to our new captured city, so that he can hopefully complete our ownership a little bit faster. So with all of that stuff taken care of, and 2 turns till we get alchemical armor, we have food stockpiles to blow. So I'm going to blow 1 in that new city. 202 turns. I'm going to go ahead and blow 1 here too. Honestly, at this point, I see no reason to end the warpath. We're just going to keep going. We have eliminated 2 factions. Let's eliminate a couple more. It looks like this orange faction over here only has 2 different regions, so it might be good to roll back and come after them. In fact, I think that's probably our best course of action, so I'm going to do that right after we take care of these haunts. We now have access to alchemical armor. And we have a new social policy with 775 points, which is still nowhere near where we want to be, but it's better than where we started. At least now we have unit cost reduction since we're going to keep on plowing through the war. Now that we've unlocked alchemical armor, it's not so important that we upgrade all of our units because we'll probably upgrade them to Palladian soon. It is, however, very important for us to come back and upgrade our governors. Because now they'll have access to much higher grade versions of these books. Oh, as well as some excellent Palladian books that we do not have enough Palladian to use. We do have enough to use that, though. One thing to make note of is that if you're using the tomes that increase dust and science, they will not appear in their higher tier versions, so you have to basically remove those in order to upgrade. Andom is not assigned to a city because I'm really bad at this game. We're going to put him on Aranok, our capital. And we're going to give him all his governor goodies. Except that one because we do not have enough adamantium. Oh, we do have that though. That's the one I was talking about that increases the experience that new units start with. And we'll give this guy the same setup that we gave to Andom. Arnok is in open rebellion right now. That does not bode well for us. In order to quell that, I'm going to go in here and try to find some stuff to boost our happiness, which is going to be exceptionally difficult because we require 50 of any luxury resource because of all the cities that we've conquered. So that being in rebellion is exactly the reason why we're focusing on going back and getting some of these approval technologies. For example, the sewer system that we're currently working on. The nice thing is, because those are such old technologies, the dust cost to build them will be fairly low considering how much dust we're producing. Even though that's a little on the low side right now due to the winter. But since we did just do our social plan, I'm also going to move everybody. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move some people into dust and some into production. So as you can see, we're now making quite a bit more dust. That'll make it exceptionally easy for us to buy those old buildings when we get access to them. And it appears we have a steady source of gold because we're going to be able to reactivate that and emeralds. And just saw Murdoch the Third has leveled up. I'm going to give him Fast Trader because I really want to move up to Black Marketeer right now. Any sort of additional dust we can get from trade would be very useful. And I'm also going to take this time to go back in and look at our Demon 2s. Now that we've reached the 4th era of research, we have access to this dust material, and it's really quite excellent. So for example, if we look at this, we get, well, 23 initiatives, so that's still actually stronger, especially if we look at the tier 2 version. So even if we come in here and tier 2 the dust, or I mean the glass steel gear, that'll be excellent. We can also start piling that stuff on. As you can see, the tier 2 dust or glass steel stuff is better than the tier 1, but it's still not quite as good as the Palladian. I believe the boots from dust are actually quite amazing. Yeah, so the boots from dust have the same stats except for 12 health instead of 12 defense as the Palladian. So it's almost always good to go with those just to keep things a little bit cheaper. On here, we're just not going to have enough Palladian to really build Palladian Curioses for new demons or for demons that we upgrade. So instead, we'll use glass steel there. And once again, it's going to be important for us to get improved damage because we want to one-hit quit stuff. Since all of our units are within our territory, we can actually come in here and retrofit the demons. Well, within reason. Okay, so we're lacking on strategic resources to upgrade the rest, but at least we've got 2 upgraded units in here now. Honestly, if they only control these 2 regions, it shouldn't be much to take them out. However, they are the Ardent Mages. Oh, and they control 3 regions. So here's another Delvers city. our village that we might be interested in taking to increase the dust bonus from the 3 Delvers villages we already have. Right now we also have enough blood crystals to pop those for plus 25% attack. I'm actually going to save those until we get close enough to one of their cities for it to make a difference. Ooh, let's go for the throat. We're going to go straight after their capital. Okay, now that we have access to plow factories in some places, sewer systems in others, that's what I was thinking about. And central markets, which also increase approval. So like I had said earlier, I'm just going to hop around now and buy these buildings in any cities that do not already have them. And within one turn, we should see a significant difference in the way that our people feel about our empire. Which consequently will be enough turns to put us in range of capturing yet another city. So one thing I really want to point out right here is that we're currently almost generating 1k dust a turn while running 2 vastly over-limit armies. And now we're making 800 dust a turn, and none of our cities are in rebellion or unhappy. And we get to beat down that guy for some extra palladium. No, I don't want to search. I just want to move in range to siege. Oh, they're embracing war, at least for now. Something tells me that with a city that small, and whatever's over here is probably smaller because it's further away from their capital, they may not have any idea what they're in for. I'm going to grab another level of Iron Constitution because the health regen is the most important part of his abilities. I'm also going to take this unit right here and assign Kavris to it because I'm tired of him governing. He needs to get back out on the war front. So I'm just zooming through all the cities and making sure that we've got our most recent city upgrades in queue. Our units are currently sieging. In one turn they'll be able to capture the capital of the Orange Ardent Mages. Oh wow, the Mazari have reached chapter 1 out of 5 of the victory quest. And this city is completely done with everything, so we're going to start building burrows. Whoa, 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 one of our cities is under siege by haunts. Really? Oh, there's a simple solution to this problem. And we will have a new empire plan in 3 turns. We're going to go ahead and grab Iron Constitution for Kalris. And end the turn. So I'm not entirely sure that we'll win this fight, but I'm suspecting our demons are way the heck stronger. Yeah. So we should have this in tow. And now we have 2 extra demons should we need them for one of our main armies. So now we've captured the capital of the Orange Ardent Mages. To our knowledge, they have only 2 remaining cities. And we are on our way to capture the next. I'm going to move Jasam Murdap III here. I'm going to go ahead and pop our blood crystals now and our moonleaf. And also the food stockpile that we have. Okay, so now we've finished all of our research for expansion, disapproval, and happiness, and influence. And we are on to our Era 4 technologies. I'm going to start with Mithrite Extractor and Advanced Harvester because the resources we get from those are going to help us stay ahead like we have in Dust and Science. I'm also going to grab the Garrison Increase because that'll reduce the cost of those over limit units. And I'm going to grab the Rare Alloys and Rare Armor technologies. And then just sort of bounce around grabbing different stuff in here that will help us out. Our militia all leveled up killing those haunts. Goryville has no construction. They can build a national museum. And then they can focus on getting yet another borough. This 4th borough that we're placing right here that is adjacent to the city center will cause the city center to upgrade. Yeah, there we go. Will cause the city center to upgrade to level 2. Which will reduce the amount of expansion disapproval that is generated by the number of boroughs that they have. Alright, so with all that taken care of, we're just gonna begin sieging. Okay, so we have our social plan now. because we've captured another city, the social plan cost goes up once again. I'm going to start out by grabbing level 2 here and level 1 and everything else, and then we'll start changing from there. We'll drop that out and go here. And then we will capture Utharan in one turn. So we have successfully captured Utharan, and I do not see any other orange regions. So perhaps I was right originally when I said it looked like they only had 2. Whoa, that is different right there. Okay, so we're gonna go investigate this really strange light. Yeah, Utharan needs stuff, I get it. Oh, not winter. I am close to an elimination victory. You repossess 50% of the colonized regions. You're damn right I do. Oh, and there's the confirmation. We have completely annihilated the orange ardent mages. Alright, that's it for episode 4 of Gamer Under Development's Let's Play Endless Legend as the Necrophages. In this episode, we successfully annihilated 3 factions. Have a nice day. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.